Hey Joe, can you hear me?
I'm gonna need to bounce off though.
No, I know.
Now you can hear me.
I'm really sick.
Okay,
Like
babe. All right,
first
I'm
time I
good. I'm good now. I love you. Thank you.
Okay.
okay. All right, great. All right, I'll talk to you after
Okay, bye.
and we can see if we can get Carol rolling with
Yeah.
everything. I
Okay.
think she's about ready.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Oh no, let's see. Mm.
Where is everybody?
I know, hang on. I haven't let anyone in the room yet.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm getting all my pieces together.
I got to be special.
That's
How about
right.
that?
You're always special, Joe.
Along with everybody else, we're all special.
Yes, that's true. All righty. Hello, hello, everyone. Give us just 1 second and I will get us started. How is everybody feeling? Write in on the chat. We're so excited to have you today. We've got a really special guest, and just let me go ahead and get her good. All righty. Yay. Thank you, everyone, for coming in, and I will get this started. Hello, hello. Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Leonka Reina, and this is the Hot Hustle Morning Show. Today, our beloved co-host and guest is here with us, but our beloved co-host is she's feeling a little bit under the weather. She's got that maybe the norovirus going around. I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about her own personal things, but she is unable to join us today. So we are here and just want to make sure everybody can hear me just fine. And we'll be running the show with Joy here just in a little while. And she's got some really great things to share. And we're just super excited to have her. But first up, how's everyone feeling? Happy New Year. Gosh, we're so excited. This is such a really cool new year. It's the quarter century, so we're looking at 2025, and I've got some space weather news for you. So I'm just going to read for space weather news a little bit of stuff that is about January 20, I'm sorry, 2025, so January 2025, and this quarter century. So we could talk a little bit about that and infuse that while we're talking with our guests every single session. So it talks about this week's coming energy. Life is changing. And this comes to us from Quantum Ascension 444. It says, we have entered the 1-1 portal, and Sirius is at its highest point in the sky. Our ancestors honored Sirius as our spiritual sun, and now it is in alignment with our Earth and Sun. This allows the cosmic energy to flow into the Earth and our energy fields to activate dormant DNA. We also are raising our consciousness and we're sparking evolution. We've been in a huge purge process this entire week as streams of light have been bombarding our light bodies. The new frequencies are abundance and prosperity codes for all of God's children here on earth to anchor in the new earth. This will be a miracle energy that you've never witnessed before in your life, and it is now. Woo! All leaders are being sent transmissions that will be shared to shift humanity's consciousness to a heart-based consciousness. Leaders, be ready to lead. Woo-hoo! Man, that's powerful. And I know this must be calling to you on this show because there are so many of you who are here in this present moment to lead. So we're really excited about having you join us and really excited about having you continue to be that really beautiful leader in your life, and in your understanding of what today's new earth brings. And as you are trying to understand that more, and as that is coming in with all of the different earth new frequencies, the ability to lead will come much more naturally for you. So you won't be having to struggle and strife in order to just be a natural leader. And I remember someone telling me this, that that I was a natural leader. And I just didn't want to accept and own that role. And it's because I had this a misconstrued idea of what a leader really is. And a leader, what I've come to learn, well, I had this idea that the leadership really came from like in my corporate world, right? I want to be a leader, and did I want to lead people in that way, like a boss? But what I realized is that a true leader is the leader of your own life and your choices, because we have free will here on earth. And as we do that, we naturally have people gravitate to our world, and thus we become a leader by example. And so that is the invitation that this is really, really calling us in, this new energy of just being your own divine guide and leader when you tap into your own intuition and your own guidance. So that's really the premise of where we're coming in today. And that's what I have for the Mystic Space Weather News today. We'll get started here with Joy. She's got a fantastic call set up for us, and she's going to take some callers here. So we'll be excited about having those opportunities to be able to work with her. And she's got, let's just jump in with Joy. Hi, Joy. How are you?
Hi, Leanka. It's so great being on your show. And let's send a little bit of healing to Janeth. So I'm sure she
Yes.
can use that. We'll just send her a bit of healing here. Okay.
Joy, thank you. Joy comes to me, and I got a personal, kind of private reading with Joy, kind of by accident, but I believe in no accidents, and everything is divinely guided. But I was having a migraine, and I don't normally have migraine issues, But this particular day, I had a call scheduled with Joy. I was scheduled to be on with her about in the next 5 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes. And it was a really kind of crazy day, but nothing really was out of the ordinary for me. It's just that I just felt this rush of like not being able to kind of comprehend. And I just felt like this really high head pressure. And it's feelings that I don't normally get. I mean, I have, but I don't normally, that's just not my MO. And I decided to jump on the phone with Joy because she and I had a live call planned. And it was, we were going to be on Zoom, and I didn't have the time to like cancel or ask for a new time. So I jumped on the call with her, and she takes one look at my energy and she says, um, she said, can I work with you a little bit? And I thought, wow, I manifested this. This is so amazing. And of course I
Yeah.
say yes. And she proceeds to do this most beautiful clearing and tells me about some of the stuff that I might be feeling and entering. And I was just overjoyed because the way I got off that call, I mean, she did ask me to go and rest. And the way in which I got off that call and concluded the call was, it was just not how I started. And let me tell you, I still continue to receive some really insightful and I know that I'm still receiving clearing from that particular session, that fast session that happened by no accident with her that beautiful and profound day. So Joy, welcome. Hi.
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more clearing. I mean, I love that clearing, readings, whatever anybody's looking for here. So yeah, great to be on your show, Leanka.
And then I'm going to add the pin for Joy. So Joy, tell us a little bit about how you got to where you are today in doing this work, and tell us a little bit about how your work works and why you've been so kind of playing very differently in this space.
Okay. Well, it's about 30 years of, so 3 decades of, inner growth and energy work and, trained to be a counselor, did some coaching training, but mostly it was energy work. Once I discovered that it's probably about 28 years ago, I was introduced to that and I was just hooked. It was, to me, that was the solution to everything. So I took all kinds of, different programs and training and such. Mainly, though, just to use it on myself. But I had an intention. I'd actually written out a vision. The first time I ever heard of writing out a vision and manifestation, I wrote out a vision of being a coach. And then I realized I intended to start doing it right away, but I realized I need to do a whole lot of inner work on myself. And it's like, I used to work with horses. I spent the first part of my life with horses. And as I got into this work and started learning about the power we each have within us, and I mean, I had no idea about any of this. I actually was very much planted, entrenched in 3D consciousness and that fear-based consciousness and numb. I was just numb. My eyes were blank. I was not connected to anything or anybody except for the horses. And I loved horses. And but like most people that have gone through, we're on this path because we want to work through something. And I'd gone through a lot of abuse growing up, epilepsy, speech impediment, which meant, at school, the playground, and that I was bullied a lot, but a lot of abuse going on at home as well. So all of that just I ended up becoming extremely painfully shy. Like I wouldn't talk to anybody, I wouldn't look at anybody. And something triggered me, and I just said, there's got to be something more to life. And I think we've all said that at times, there's got to be something more. And just putting that out to the universe, it's like, hey, universe, I can't keep doing this every day. Like there's, what else is out there? Will bring opportunities and possibilities, and new ideas will come in. And that's what happened. And I started, just I went to the Tony Robbins Fire Walk. It was almost 30 years ago I did
I
it.
was going to ask, yeah.
Yeah, and I did that. Yeah, it was almost 30 years ago. And I learned about, the power of the mind and reframing and the possibility that exists within each of us. And from there, I just kept going forward, and then I learned about energy work. And so what I do is not, and people will get to experience it, like you did, Leanka. That was such a cool opportunity. Well, I mean, I'm sure the migraine wasn't nice, but we connected, and right away I was able to do that clearing. And it's so awesome that, like you said, even now I still feel like there's some clearing going on, and that's, what happens. It just keeps going. But it's not a specific modality that I do. It's a result, like you experience. It's like a result of everything I've learned, I've experienced myself. And I would work with people along the way and such, and put it all together. And now it just, now I work with my guides, and I just get out of my own way and hear them. And so everything comes from them. I'm just a messenger.
We've heard a lot about that in more recent times of various different almost channelers saying that I'm just the messenger. But there is a sense of, and there is the part of that is just, right? You are giving back the messages that are coming to you. But isn't there a little bit of level of being super open? And, what does it really take to be able to receive these messages and be that messenger for all? I feel like
Oh,
a lot of us are getting that kind of, we might be getting messages coming through, but we don't really know how to open up to that. What was something that you did that was a little bit different, or that you felt like really allowed you to do this?
absolutely. That's a great question. And yeah, well, I am just a messenger, and the messages come through. It's the biggest thing. And I'm often asked this question, how can I, receive messages? And that is trusting yourself. If you don't trust yourself, and this is, I mean, before I started doing this full time, it was 20 years of really intense inner work. So it took that to really trust myself. But you've got to start somewhere. So start by choosing to trust yourself. Just say, because when you say, I choose this, you put out an intention, a frequency to the universe, and the universe says, oh, they're deciding to choose, they're deciding to trust themselves. So let's give them. And often you have experienced something in your life where you're be asked to either trust, am I going to trust myself, or am I going to trust this person or this situation? And then that's how you learn to trust your intuition, and different things like that. But first of all, start to say to yourself, what, I'm going to start trusting myself, trusting my intuition, because we've all had times when we've had that intuitive knowing or that intuitive hit, and we're like, but they say this, and we listen to somebody else, and afterwards we'll say, why didn't I trust my intuition? See, if you're not trusting yourself, and at least start to trust yourself, like choose to trust it, then as the messages come in, you're going to cancel them, or you're either not going to hear them at all, or the messages will come in and you go, oh, that can't be right. But how do I, and one of the things we often we want that empirical, that actual evidence where, okay, well, I'm hearing this, but I want some evidence. But that's the five senses. And so that's where trust comes in. Because if you need evidence in the physical world and in, using your five senses, well, then you're not trusting yourself. It's like it's external. Somebody else is saying something or doing something. Something has to happen. So at some point you've got to start trusting yourself. That's key. And we've all been in, meditations, whether in a actual in-person workshop or online, where we're really in that beautiful, beautiful space, and we will hear something in that moment. Remember that moment, because you're not asking yourself, okay, well, I need evidence from the external world in order to believe this. You're just in that state of belief. It just is. And that's where you want to be. And eventually, the more you trust yourself, the more you trust the intuitive, hits you get and such, it will become, you will just be in the flow.
Right. And one of the things that I realized though, when it came to trusting myself, is that I had a lot of times where I stopped drinking about almost 5 years ago, but I remember when there would be a lot of times where you wake up and I'd have like the residual hangover, or I just would feel like, oh man, there was a lot of like regret, not so much regret in what I did of like drinking and whatnot, but it had a lot of came with a lot of anxieties at the next day or the onset. And of course, lots of people at that age are like in their college years or doing things, and it got to be where it was outside of my college years. And I just remember feeling like, God, Leonka, you said you were only going to have like 2 glasses of wines, and then you tied one on good with you and the girls. And I had these days of really like, not being able to really trust myself, especially when it comes to things like addiction, or when comes to things like, regret, or you have that monkey mind going on, especially around those things. What advice would you give to someone who just doesn't feel, especially when it comes to addiction, right? Like I had every intention of just having, just one drink, one happy hour. And next thing you know, we're hanging out all night. There's memes about it, right? And me and my girlfriends are like, how did we do this again? But and I'm saying this kind of funny, but sometimes when it comes to those things, it's really hard to trust ourselves. It's like I, have every intention of going to go work out, and I'm like, yes, this is gonna be my year. And then, the end of the day rolls around and I still haven't gone, and my son needs to be ready for school, and of course I put it off again. So it's like making all of these promises, in ways, or ways of having all these places where I let myself down. And now I'm asking myself to trust my intuition. What advice would you have for someone like that?
Have compassion for yourself. This is a journey. We're
Sure.
not here, and it's not a matter of just, okay, I'm going to trust myself and my intuition and it's all going to happen. It's going to be in little bits. And yeah, I used to do that when I was never like 24/7 alcoholic, but there were weekends I'd go, okay, I'm going to have one drink, and I'd wake up. When I started getting into the blackouts, then I actually quit. And yeah, I know I used to be a workaholic, the addictions. I still deal with the, addiction of like the emotional eating. I really like sugar and chocolate. And so, but yeah, be kind to yourself. And because when we're all going to go, okay, should have worked out, I shouldn't have done this, or I drank too much. And then take sometimes weeks or days or weeks even to really, recover from that, especially as you get older. And, the anxiety comes up. But that's part of being human. You're not here to be perfect. You're not here to just step into that ideal. You're here to, it's like cycling back and forth between the dimensions. So the third dimension, 3D, that's fear-based. That's a thread. The fear is the thread that holds all that together. So anxiety, guilt, shame, anger, fear, disappointed in others, yourself, all of that. And that's so now when you drink or many addictions, because it's the energy of an addiction opens up a space for those lower frequencies to come in, especially drinking will attract, the dark energies in that. But remember, you're human, you're here on a journey. You're not here to arrive to the destination. I'm sure you've heard this before, Leanka, and all your listeners have, most of us have. But really look at that. Next time you're being hard on yourself, remind yourself, you know what? I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here on a journey. And then ask yourself, okay, so let's take drinking, because that can be a big thing, and it's often, it's promoted in this society.
Sure, sure.
And so you wake up the next day saying, I was going to have 1 glass of wine, and now I'm just so hungover. I can't even hardly remember what I did the night before or what I said. And you feel bad about yourself. And you know what? A person's going to stay there for a little bit, but you're on the path. So remember that, just say to yourself, you know what? I can feel bad about myself. I can go into pity party for a while. So give yourself that space and then say, you know what? I choose to feel good about myself. So don't be, what many people will do is say, okay, I have to be really hard on myself and kick myself in the butt and go out and do this. No, just take a moment and be kind to yourself and say, you know what? Yeah, I had too much to drink, and that's okay. Or I had too much chocolate to eat, or whatever it is, and that's okay. And you know what? I'm human. I'm on this path. Next time, will be different. See, if you stay in the upset at yourself, feeling anxious and that fear and such. If you stay there, let's say, let's take a night out drinking when you said I was going to have one glass of wine and that's it. And you next morning you get up and you beat yourself up, and I shouldn't have done that. And I think we've all done there, and you just get stuck there. What happens? See, every thought we have, every emotion we feel, we move forward from that place. So now you're feeling bad about yourself and you go to take an action, have a shower, get up, interact with people. You're feeling bad about yourself. So the energy of feeling bad and shame, so generally that would be shame. Now the next interaction you have with somebody else or just your world, it's from that energy of shame. And that's how people get stuck in self-sabotage, and they just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Nothing changes. So actually, anything like an addiction or night out drinking is a really good opportunity for you to choose something different. Start by saying, okay, maybe I messed up. That wasn't the best decision, but you know what? I choose to feel good about myself anyways. And just say to yourself, you know what? I like myself. I appreciate myself. I simply need to make different choices that empower me. And then what you're doing, like it's a very, very, it seems like a very tiny thing, but the next words you say, the next movement you make is from that energy of, you know what, I feel good about myself. So rather than moving, even imagine your body, you're feeling shame and you get up and take a shower, you're feeling heavy. Or you can go, you know what? Yeah, I drank too much, but I choose to feel good about myself anyways. I like myself. I do matter. And going forward, I can make different decisions. Now you get up to have a shower and you're feeling good about yourself. Your body feels lighter. And that's the energy you're creating within yourself and your environment. And then you move forward through the day, through the weeks, through the months like that. So it's noticing that and choosing something differently.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that came a lot easier for me. And just not to go into my story, but I think it came a lot easier for me as time went on, and
Mhm.
did ultimately give me the strength to finally fully quit, because I just had to find a place where I started to love myself no matter what I was going through. And that also helped with, when I used to smoke, and I used to always joke, like, I was like, I quit like 5 times before I finally quit. And it's because, it's easy to fall into that trap of patterning,
Mhm.
and to blame ourselves. But if I had stayed in the blame and shame, I wouldn't have made it a gun ho mission of mine to be like, I'm going to quit that too, right? I'm going to make some changes in my life, but to also love myself in the interim.
Right.
Joy,
And
one
I
of the
just want to
things,
mention I just want to
go ahead.
mention one more thing, because with that, you also want to have, and I know, I'm sure you did, Leanka, with the show and everything you're doing in your life, you want to have, why would I want to quit drinking? I have fun with
Yes,
my friends. So have your why, like, what are you moving forward to?
yes,
Because if it's just the same old thing every day, why would you want to quit drinking or, whatever it is? But if you've got, like, when I decided to quit drinking, no, there's more things I want to do with my life. Like I do eventually want to be a coach and a healer and a speaker and such. So, and drinking wasn't going to fit into that.
yeah, yeah. And not that everyone has to quit drinking in order to be a coach or anything like that, but um, for me, like the why around why I wanted to quit smoking, for example. I mean, back then we didn't know that smoking was so harmful, but when I finally did learn smoking was really, really harmful for my body in the way that it is, I realized that, well, gosh, I want to live a long, healthy life. So if and when I want to have kids, like I want to be able to be around for that, right? So my why was bigger than my immediate gratification. And I think that
Exactly.
became the case too for alcohol. So my other question, so I wanted to open the lineup for anybody that has any questions, or raise your hand. Would you like a mini clearing? And one of the things that Joy does is she has this really cool way of doing private clearing, like a full private clearing for her clients, and had originally asked Janet and I to send in a photo of ourselves. And I didn't get a chance to do the specific photo of sending our photos in time, but I did get a chance to have that mini clearing with Joy on that day that I was supposed to just just have a friendly conversation. I got a full-on session, so that was lovely. But Joy, do you mind maybe doing a little bit more of that work on me, since Jennifer isn't here, so we could show the audience a little bit about your work, or just talk about it as you introduce us into it.
Okay, no, I can work on you a little bit, Leanne, because so first of all, like,
Oh, got a lot of, and we already got hands raised, so good.
okay, okay. And like Joe says, baby steps, what we were just talking about, exactly. Okay, so what is an issue? Like, what, you'd like to have more money, expand the business?
Yeah, yes and yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, so just imagine expanding your business and making even more money with it. Okay, so the first thing that comes up, there's just a slight bit of anger, not too much, even just acknowledging that your whole self relaxed. Okay, okay. Now there's more anger coming up. This one's different. This is a more intense, almost like a sharper anger. It's painful. I wonder if you've been experiencing any pain in your body at all. Okay, there you go. And okay, now there's a little bit of sadness and grief coming in. The anger means something to you. There's a part of you that doesn't want to, is sad about letting go of the anger. It was actually related to somebody growing up. And there you go. Okay, there you go. There's a bit of happiness. So whoever that is that this anger was connected to. So it was a very volatile relationship. It feels like growing up and when you were young, and yet they meant a lot to you. So the anger was keeping you two connected. So let's acknowledge that anger and acknowledge. There you go. Take a deep breath in, let that go. What that relationship meant to you. There, your heart and your heart chakra just opened up. There's some happiness. There you go. There's some fun and laughter. Okay, and there's your kindness. I can feel the kindness within you, Leanne, could just like awakening within you and vibrating from you.
Wow, that was so spot on. And many on the show do know that I wasn't raised by my mother, and because she suffered from her own alcoholism and drug addiction when I was younger. So, and she was very young. She was 23, and now has completely transformed her life, and we have a beautiful relationship. But I'm pretty sure some of that anger may have been directed to my mom, towards my mom, and the confusion about where I was supposed to live and who was supposed to be my caretaker. Even though I've worked on a lot of that, I'm sure it still shows up in my subconscious aura. How are you able to type into that? How does that work? How did you know so much already?
Well, again, my guides, it's not me, it's just, it's like a knowing. So I just go quiet. See, as you know, we're all energy, and we also have in our energy field. So aura or subtle bodies,
Yes.
whatever you want to call it. I call it the energy signature because it contains all your life experiences, your trauma, your thoughts, your emotions, all of that. And when you can the next time, so if anybody wants to try this, just sit with a picture, somebody's, because as you know, like I work from the picture as well as phone sessions, but next time, especially if you're really close to them, emotionally connected, just put their picture in front of you, have the actual picture on computer or whatever, and just sit with it when you're really quiet and just notice the emotions in that, like kind of just, it's like a practice you can do, and it supports you in becoming more uh, intuitive, supports you with trusting yourself, and just notice the emotions in that. Like I remember when this was probably close to 30 years ago, I had a picture of a pony I used to ride, and he ended up, getting killed after he left the farm I was on. And I gave that, and I was so sad about that. He was just the cutest little pony. And I don't know why I had the picture on me, but I did for some reason. And a friend came by with her child, about maybe 5, and I showed them this picture. And right away I felt her sadness. And she was picking up on the sadness in that picture. It was a picture of the pony. And I didn't realize that. I asked my therapist, like, how did I feel this sadness in this, in this kid when she was looking at the picture? And so he said, she was picking up on the sadness in the picture and you felt that. And this was like 30 years ago, way before I started doing this.
Yeah.
So we all have, well, maybe not all, but anybody who's listening to this, you have the
Yes.
ability to do it, but it's really trusting yourself and actually doing that. Just practice with that. And that's a great way to start to trust your intuition as well.
That's so amazing, and good on you and your therapist to have come to that at such an early time, or be able to talk about it so freely. You were really talking about the exchange of energies too. That's amazing. Sometimes had been a little bit taboo back then, even as when I started my journey more than 15 years ago. It was a lot of these conversations were a little more woo, if you will.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
let's see. So a couple people, we've got several hands raised, and the people that get priority are the people that are in our lounge, so in our VIP inner circle. And let's go ahead and get started with Lisa. Lisa, go ahead and unmute yourself.
In fairness, Joe and Dana had their hands raised before I did.
Okay.
So I'll just say that.
Hi. Oh, y'all.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. I really hadn't completely formulated my question yet.
Okay.
So
I could come back.
yeah.
No, that's
Please.
no, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Unless you really don't want to, but
No, it's okay. You
just
can
tell me an issue. It can even just be one sentence: relationships, communication, career, money, want to feel happier in your life. Just even a
health,
health.
physical health.
Okay. Is there something specific now or just general overall health? You don't have to say what it is if you don't want to.
There is something specific now. It's I think I'm almost there though. But my walking, everyone in here that's ever been part of this has heard me talk about it. So it's my walking. I've healed multiple sclerosis,
Wow, good for you.
but walking has still been a challenge, walking without a walker. And I'm really just
Okay.
tired of depending on the walker.
Okay. Yeah, when you said that, I could definitely feel that. Like your whole body just got heavy and sluggish when you said, I'm tired of depending on the walker. So you might want to rephrase that. So when you do, look at what you want to focus on so and I can feel how you're saying, but that's the truth. I am tired of being, depending on the walker. But what your heart desires is to be walk freely, balance freely, confidently. And so those are the words you want to start to use, at least to yourself. And as you were talking, and you talked about having MS, and I gotta again congratulate you on coming, as because I know people have gotten it and have just gone the other pharmaceutical route and now they're not in good shape. So there you go. Okay. So as you were talking, there was anger coming up, and it's anger in your solar plexus area. This is on the back of your solar plexus, along your spine. So it's one of the things that's causing an imbalance when you walk. Okay, so go to your mid back where the back of your solar plexus is. See that the back of our 7 main chakras there, they connect us to that's where energy comes in, and they connect us to the divine energies, in this case, divine power. Okay, so you have in this moment up until now, you feel like you have lost all your divine power. Okay, whoa, a lot of anger came through. In this case, this is what I call matrix anger. It's that 3D energy. It's very insidious and manipulative. And so, yeah, we touched on something there. So all the ways in your life, this feels like a past life issue as well, too. Although any lifetimes, this lifetime and any past lifetimes in which you had a contract to give away your power. You were being encouraged to stay passive. Okay, there's that anger. Whoa, that was it. intense. Okay, let's just witness this anger. This is really intense what's coming through you right now. And now there's a fighting energy within you. This is like two parts of you that are fighting. That one part of you is fighting to honor that contract you made many lifetimes ago to give up your power, your sense of power, feeling empowered, powerful in the world, feeling like you have a powerful purpose, anything to do with power. And then, so as a result, you have learned many lifetimes, like all of us, but very much about patriarchal power and the aggression and violence and abuse and such, and power over and dominance. And so somewhere along the line before this lifetime, you made a choice to just like stay powerless. There you go. Yeah, even just acknowledging that your whole self relax. Okay, so now there's some sadness and grief. And now what the child within you is saying, but I had no choice. I had to stay powerless. Okay, so but now I just want to talk to little Lisa, the child within you. So all the ways you believe you must still stay powerless. Yes, but little Lisa, see, you're an adult now. See, you're an adult body. She goes, then she looks around you and goes, oh my gosh, we're all growing up. She says, well, then this is a child within you saying, well, then why are we still staying powerless? We're an adult now. We can be in our power. There you go. So you just merge you're the child and your adult self just merge there. There you go. Your heart chakra open up. There's some happiness. Okay, so we're going to call on Archangel Michael, and you can call on whoever you choose or call on Michael, but Michael symbolizes divine courage, divine strength, divine power. So Archangel Michael, support Lisa with feeling okay, grounded. That's where you got to start. So remind to ground yourself. So every day, focus on, even multiple times or before you go to walk, do this with intention. So put your intention at the bottom of your feet and see like little doors opening up. There you go. So the energy can flow through you right from your crown all the way down. And I'm doing this for everybody. So everybody that wants to is receiving this. So this beautiful heavenly energy flowing all the way through you and out through your open feet chakras into the earth. Okay, so just breathe. A little bit of trauma came up, and the trauma is feeling the strength of that power, but this is divine power. This is not, there you go. There, your whole self relax. Okay, Archangel Michael, support Lisa and anybody else that wishes to feel empowered, confident, grounded in divine power with feeling empowered, confident, grounded. Archangel Michael, fill Lisa full of your divine power so that she feels that in every cell of her body, so that you are grounded in that, Lisa. You are radiating that divine power out. Divine power is expansive, it's light, it's flowing, it's freeing, it's grounding. And imagine Lisa walking on your 2 feet confidently. So you put one foot down on the ground and you feel it ground. So you're walking with intention. You're standing up straight, feeling empowered, grounded, supported. You put your next foot down and you feel the power of that grounding into the earth. And you continue to walk, feeling empowered, confident, grounded, grounded. There you go. Take a deep breath in. Let that go. There you go. There's some lightness and fun and laughter. Okay.
It's funny. Grounding always comes up with me, and I just ordered a grounding mat that should be delivered today. It
Oh,
just
awesome.
clicked the other day. I'm like, I should probably get a grounding mat to get more grounded.
Yeah, the other thing you might want to get, you can get a grounding sheet that goes over your mattress and just that keeps you grounded all night long.
I looked that up and I got the mat because it was less expensive. So I was like, let me start with the mat and then I'll maybe order the sheets.
Okay, right. Okay, there you go.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
that.
That was amazing.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, did we lose our host?
Hi. So we have Joe. Joe is up. Joe, can you unmute?
I'm there.
Hi, Joe.
I was thinking of something very general because there's a lot of focus for the new year. We just did grounding, so I don't need to mention that one. But the rest, I'm just going to open up in general.
Okay, so you just want a reading then?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so just a reading. So, okay, first thing that comes up is a sadness. Oh man, it's a really, really deep sadness. And it's about some kind of heart issue. And your heart is really hurting. And it feels like it's been unacknowledged. It's so whatever. This is some kind of a wound, and it feels like you're really, really missing somebody. It could be recent. It could be from when you were growing up. There's a sadness there. There you go. So let's bless your heart. Let's just send some blessings, some healing to your heart. There you go. Okay. Any ways in which you don't feel, all the ways you don't feel worthy and deserving of being blessed, of receiving healing for your heart. There you go. Let's just witness that. There. Okay. So let's go to the little boy within you. He feels really, really sad. So little Joe is, oh yeah, he's like sitting on the ground, cross-legged, just kind of hunched over, just feeling really, really sad. So I just want to ask little Joe. So little Joe, what do you need? And he says, I need somebody to acknowledge me, to care about me, to show that they care. And okay, so little Joe, we see your sadness. Do you want, little Joe, I just want to ask you, do you want to stay in that sadness? He says, I've never been asked that question before. Okay, so well, little Joe, do you want to stay in that sadness? He says, I don't know how else to feel. Okay, so Joe, what you want to do is figure out how you want to feel in life. Is it happy? Is it peaceful? Is it at ease? Is it connected to others? It can be more than one thing, joyful, inspired, maybe creative, and just decide how you want to feel. And there you go. There, your whole self relaxed. Okay, so what you're saying is I didn't realize I had a choice. See, we're taught growing up when we're really, really young how to feel a certain way, whether it's shame or sadness or grief or not good enough or abandoned or ignored or uplifted or happy. And so it's like you've never really realized you could really choose how you'd like to feel. It doesn't mean you're going to feel peaceful or happy or content, 24/7. But what you do when you say, let's say you choose happiness and you say, or peace, and you send that intentional frequency out to the universe, and the universe says, oh, Joe wants more experiences and more people to come into his life that can support him in feeling happy or nurtured or acknowledged. And that's what choosing does. So there you go. There, the little boy within you is, he feels so relaxed and happy and at ease. There you go. Okay, so I just see if there's anything else here. That's the main thing that was coming up was your heart. So let's just send a blessing to your heart so that you feel healed, whole, seen, acknowledged, nurtured. There you go. Let's just send blessings to the heart. So shokabasa, wala sa shoko, kobasa, awala sa, so shokabasa, wala ka, tukabase, babaka. And there you go. Just take a deep breath in. Let that go. Okay. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. And next we have
Little
Dana.
Joe's
Dana,
dancing at the moment.
Love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Dana, you're up. Can you unmute?
Yes.
Gosh, we have
Hi,
a lot of
Dana.
hands raised.
Hi, Joy. So my question, just for me, like I've been having very vivid dreams lately. And just last night, I was in my old neighborhood in Florida where I haven't lived for 8 years. But I was pulling out of the driveway, and in the
Was
neighborhood,
this a dream or real?
yes, it was a dream,
Okay.
full color last
Okay.
night. And I was pulling out of the driveway, and in the neighbor's driveway, I saw a black swan gracefully lay their head down, like for a nap. And I was like already past it, and I went, oh, I want to go back and see. So I went to turn my car around, and as I did, I saw this huge blue and green, beautiful phoenix emerge out of, I think, another bird. I'm not even sure.
Wow.
And on the right side, and I also saw the numbers 509. And I'm not sure, I think it was a time, but I saw the numbers 509 also.
Okay. So you're wondering about the dream and what it could have meant?
Yes, if possible.
The black swan, what I'm getting with that is and you said it was laying down. Now with dreams, there are so many different layers that they can be interpreted so many different ways. This is only my interpretation. So with the black swan and laying its head down to rest it says, let go of worry. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. Let go of worry and like trust. Because it was black, it wasn't white. The black, and we generally think of black as a heavier, denser energy. But remember, it contains all colors.
And he laid it down very gracefully, like it was real graceful.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm getting. The message from the black swan is don't worry and just be at peace, like trust. The Phoenix rising, that's so cool. And so Phoenix rising, so trust, let go of worry. Phoenix rising, look forward, like you've got their dream, and the unicorn as well. I saw those two right away. And so dream and trust in yourself and believe in the magic. I think you already do anyways, but even more so, believe in the magic of the angels, of the angelic universe, I think you're a big believer in that. You trust in that, but there's a little part of you, I can feel almost like a niggling kind of, but what if it's not as good as I'm imagining it? Like, what if a lot of stuff happening in the world, and what if some of this does come to fruition? And so it's like, you focus on, the non-physical benevolent light beings and that you have a big, huge faith in them. But there's a part of you that you've been almost like not wanting to acknowledge because you feel like it's not your true self. It's not your higher self. And that's a part of you. There's a little part of you that's worried about what's going on. So instead of ignoring it, because often we do that, we ignore it, but just acknowledge it. Just acknowledge that it's there. It's very small, but it's mainly in your first, second chakra, that area. Just acknowledge that it's there. See, when we acknowledge something rather than ignoring it or being in fear of it, it doesn't have any power over us any longer. And then this way, you will find you feel even lighter and freer. And there you go. That Phoenix Rising just came in again. Oh, I get goosebumps every time you say that.
Yeah, I have them, yes. She's really amazing. And it's funny because the very first time I ever connected with the universe like this, I had a giant cloud phoenix, upside down at my car window, like super detailed phoenix, upside down, just
Wow.
beautiful. So, yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, the Phoenix Rising it's just so, it feels really optimistic and uplifting, and that's going to support you even more.
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Wow. That's so cool. And I was getting goosebumps too, because I've talked a lot with Dana since she's in our lounge as well. And I kept just thinking, wow, this makes so much sense for her. Okay, let's see. Who do we have? We have anyone else from the lounge? Just want to make sure that everyone was good. Okay, so Christina, you're up. Will you unmute, please?
Good evening, ladies.
Hey.
Hi,
Hey,
Christina. Oh, what a
hi.
beautiful picture.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, well, I will love a mini clearing, a mini clearing.
Okay.
But I just wonder if it could be, if it's together with a question. We talked about the things we talked about before, starting the new year, and how to get into things. I don't know if they are related, because
Sorry,
I
can you
like,
say that again? So let's look at the issue or what you want to move
yeah,
forward towards.
yeah.
So, um, what, so start, yeah, we're starting the new year here. So,
Yeah.
um, what would you like me to take a look at? Money moving forward, career, health, relationships, what
It's
area would you like?
actually it's all of them. I'm just standing all of them in upside down with them. So it's just, I don't know. They're probably connected somehow.
Okay, so you're basically your whole life. And so you want it, so we're not, okay. So just a stuck energy. I get a real stuck energy. And so let's start there. Okay, so all the ways you're stuck in avoidance, and that's come in a few times when you were talking there. So you're stuck in avoidance. So you're wanting to look at all areas of your life, and there's something there that you're avoiding that's keeping everything in kind of this, a little bit of a stuck energy. And so, Christina, are you clear on what you want to move forward, towards that? We're talking about the why, what you want to create in your life, if it's better health, if it's a relationship, if it's
Yeah,
changing, so you're clear about that?
I believe I'm clear on all the points. So that's why I don't understand why the health is not moving, and as it is moving, but and the money is still not there, and yeah, it's a lot of things that's not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So let's see. So so you've got a vision you want to move forward to, yet you're feeling stuck in it. So, well, let's see. Show me, let me know, what is the core emotion here that overall is shame. Oh, big shame. Okay. Well, okay. And then the core belief is not enough. So that's where you want to start, is because we can just touch on it here, but is shame and the core belief of not enough. And most of us have that, that belief of not enough. And then, so we have a core belief, and then there's supporting beliefs. And then we have experiences that our mind says, well, that's real then. So we're not enough. But that's simply what you were taught. Now let's start with shame. And okay, so the shame, yeah, that's where you're stuck, is very much in that, even just acknowledging that though. Okay, so as we acknowledge it, see, as we discover and identify and acknowledge something, we shine divine light upon it. And simply by shining divine light upon, because we're going right into the 95% that is your unconscious conditioning, it starts to move. So let's take a look at the shame. And as we look at that shame, and this often happens, is there's a lot of anger coming up. So the shame and the anger. See, as long as you're stuck in shame, you'll never be angry about the injustice of what was done to you, or how you were not supported, or abandonment, or the injustice of what's going on in the world. So you don't get, because if you got angry about that, then what you say is, I feel like I can't do anything about it anyway. So then you just there you go. There's that stuck energy again. So all the ways you feel like, even if you get angry or upset at whatever it is, you can, I think, pick any number of things here, then you feel like you can't do anything about it anyway. So then you go into helplessness and powerlessness, and then you go into feeling stuck again. And then, okay, and then there's shame again. And then you've been looping in this for, there you go, long time. Just even identifying that, we release that loop. Okay, and now you feel, so that's like an energy. That's the first layer of that energy that's been released. But now you feel stuck again, but it's a different stuck, because you have these visions for yourself in different areas of your life. but it doesn't feel like you have yet emotionally connected to them. See, the emotion, energies in motion, they're like a magnet, which when you feel into it powerfully enough, will attract those experiences to you, and you to those experiences, or your desired, your visions and desires. But so what you want to do, if it's health, if it's money, if it's career, if it's getting a new job, asking for a raise at a job so you have more money. And as you have more money, what are the experiences you want to have with that? The key to that is emotionally. So imagine you're writing a letter to somebody, and this is somebody you haven't talked to for a while. So you're writing out your vision, but in this case, you're writing out your vision like it's already happened. So, oh my gosh, I feel so good in my body now. I can walk easily. I'm so happy to be able to experience the freedom of movement and walking, and I can go and visit other places, and my energy is up. And oh, I'm so grateful. I mean, money just flows in now from with ease and grace. And I am so grateful for that. And having all this money, means I can do this. I can go swim with the dolphins. And I'm just, in fact, I actually had that experience and it was so fun. And so imagine somebody else is reading this letter that you wrote and they're getting into the motion of it. And they're like, oh my gosh, that sounds so amazing. And I'm so happy for you. And oh, I would love to do that myself. And that's kind of a little bit of a key right there is you have your visions, you want to emotionally connect to them, figure out how you're going to feel. So when that happens, so, if it's health, if it's money, all the money starts to flow in. Your career, if you have a career, you're getting more and more clients, money is flowing in. Well, you don't want money just for money's sake. You want money for the experiences. So as you have those experiences, imagine, oh man, that was so much fun. I felt so good and connected. And I felt that freedom of just being able to live life, feeling happy, joyful, connected to others. And that will support you what we did, we released that loop there, but there would be different, deeper layers of it come up as you go into a higher consciousness. So remind yourself of what you're moving forward to, like feel into that. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. That's really
Okay,
kind of
thank
you.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we have Manisha, sorry, and Valentina, I'll get to you just next. So Manisha, you're up.
Hi, Manisha.
Hello, Joy. Oops, got the camera on. Thank you so much. I love a mini energy clearing, and I'm looking at resonating with all the callers actually. So I'm looking at receiving more money and relationships or a soulmate.
Okay. And it's interesting because like money and love in the divine space, that heavenly space is the same frequency. So it's interesting that you mentioned money and relationships. And so when you think about that, having more money, experiencing more money, and being in a loving relationship, your heart feels happy. So you're connected there, like your heart is uplifted. So let's just see. I keep going back to the solar plexus here. So your solar plexus is in some conflict about that. So there's a bit of a conflict within you about. Okay, so two things come up here. You're saying, I don't deserve it, and then greed. And so any ways in which you're worried about being seen as greedy if you have a lot of money, or you're wanting. So let's say if you were to experience having a lot of money, an abundance of money, and you were in a romantic relationship, there's a fear of, it's like not quite, but being taken advantage of for your money, but almost like if I make, that's what it is. If I make more money, or if I have more money than him, then he won't respect me. So let's release that one on all levels and throughout all time and space. There's a little bit of not really a stuck energy, unsure energy. So trust comes in here. So you want to trust trust that, imagine you have, as you know, you're experiencing greater and greater amounts of money. Money is flowing in. And at the same time, you meet somebody, you know, you've got a beautiful heart-centered connection. The chemistry is there. And okay, there you go. So you're experiencing an abundance of money, the heart-centered connection with, you know, in a romantic relationship, and now anxiety is coming up. Actually, a lot of anxiety, first and second chakra, this area. There you go. So let's witness this anxiety. It's like hypervigilance. You're on edge, and okay, so you don't feel safe. That's what it is. So you're experiencing having a lot of money. You're experiencing being in a beautiful, romantic, harmonious, loving relationship, but you don't feel safe. Okay, so what you said is, yeah, that's because it's too good to be true. But it is true. It's actually happening. Okay, so then your mind gets kind of confused because it goes, see, it's like you were living this because we're imagining you actually living it, but the mind couldn't believe it's true, even though you're living it. So when we said to your mind, but you are living it, the mind stopped for a moment, got a little confused and said, oh, I am living it. And now you feel, okay, all of a sudden you felt really heavy. Because you wanted to, okay, so all the ways you wanted to stay in the fantasy of it, but actually it becoming, oh, here it is. Okay, so it's like, often we will have dreams, you know, being in a beautiful, loving, authentic, uplifting relationship and experiencing having a lot of money. But it's a dream. But when that dream actually comes true, often we'll have the dream, we'll vision it, we'll imagine it, we'll feel into it. But we're afraid of it actually coming true, because what if the dream isn't as good as I'd imagined it? And there's a little bit of that going on here. So all the ways you're afraid the dream won't be actually living that life and experiencing that life won't be as great as you're imagining it to be. Let's let that one go. There you go. I just felt a weight come off you there. There's some fun and laughter, and the anxiety is gone. Okay, so now imagine you're experiencing receiving an abundance of money, ever increasing amounts of money. So just allow yourself to receive that. Just imagine your arms are out and you're just, you know, there's money circling all around you, and just bringing that money in and bringing it in. At the same time, your heart's open. You bring in that romantic partner and give yourself permission right now to be happy. Just imagine being happy, grounded in happy, aligned in happiness, centered in happiness. There you go. There, I just heard your mind go, wow, I guess it's all possible. See, there you go. Just take a deep breath in. Let that go. So what we did there is we went through kind of, you know, uncovering what was there and just bringing that into the, like a energetic form. See, once it takes place in the energy field, first of all, it takes place in the energy field, and then you give it emotions and it creates a you know, more and more form, until eventually, as you focus on that, it will come into your reality. And as you felt that, and you felt the intensity of that, you know, that energetic form, and then you allowed yourself to be happy, your whole self relaxed. So the more you can, you know, listen to this and focus on your desires, let your heart be open and be happy about it. Eventually, it's just that when we're doing this, whether it's me or anybody else, and we're creating a vision in that energetic space, it will happen. As long as you focus on that, you continue to feel into that. It's just a matter of time. But everything first starts with an energetic form, and then eventually it will come into physicality. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much. You know, just to go back, I did my story just in one is riches to rags. So that's where maybe all this is coming from as well. But thank you so much, Joy. It was really amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gosh, your face and your aura is kind of, it looks so different now than when you first got on. So,
yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you, Leanka. Thank you, Joy.
Yes. And we will take the next two questions here. But I wanted to get into in just a moment when we get back from talking a little bit about Joy's special offer that she brought to us today. And so I wanted to give Joy the opportunity to talk with us about it. Can you, if I bring this up on my shared tab, if you can talk with us a little bit about the special offer that you have for us today?
Okay.
Let's go over
Gonna
to,
see if you're gonna, I guess you want everybody else to see it, but I also have it here on a Word document.
let's see if I can get this up here.
Okay.
And also, I just want to make sure you brought us two beautiful ways to upgrade, and I wanted to make sure the pricing on those upgrades to honor you as well available. So let's see if anyone can see. Can you see my screen? Do you see Joy's picture there?
Not
No.
yet. You can
Okay,
see your screen.
let's see. Share.
Is there a website they can go to, or do you want me just to?
Here we go. I got it. Yeah, let me do, yeah, so I'm gonna pull it up on the screen here this way, and then I'll send them the website address.
There you go.
But
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. First time I've seen it too. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a generational healing package.
Yes.
And yeah, so there's three parts to it. And so package A has three parts. And it's can you go down? Yeah.
Yes.
Keep
So
going down
package A,
whenever.
just wanted to confirm the pricing.
Yeah.
Package A
Yeah.
is 97. The second
Yeah,
package,
97. Okay.
okay,
So
you can
there's
tell us the pricing, it's fine. Okay.
okay. So the first part is I'm gonna go to my
Okay, yes.
okay. So the first part is you've got several clearings here. So the meridian and chakra clearing for financial abundance and health. So in these ones, there's a bit of an introduction to meridians and chakras and how they work and how to best use the audios. But then we go through like the chakra clearing, we go through the chakras, I believe it's 3 times. So the first time we go through each one, the 7 main ones, and on our physical body, and clear those out from anything that is preventing you from, in this case, like with financial abundance, receiving financial abundance. Then we go through, align you within the chakras with the financial abundance, and I believe we go through a 3rd time as well. And then just you quickly just kind of like balance, align, make sure there's nothing else in your energy field that will prevent you from, experiencing and receiving that financial abundance. And then clearing the organs in preparation for creating in the new earth. Everything has consciousness. Everything is, we are energy beings and all your organs have consciousness. So this is clearing. We look at the main organs here and just clear out the density. And so your organs, like your heart, your liver, your stomach, your kidneys and that are feeling lighter and releasing, heavy emotions such as shame, helplessness, and sadness and such. There's experiencing health and vitality through the chakras, experiencing abundance, energy, and vitality through healthy meridians. Your meridians are like an energetic pathway in your body, and you want, energy flowing harmoniously through them. Releasing inflammation, activating lightness and freedom in your body, mind, and spirit. That's the first part. The second part, ancestral clearing. And these are only about 15 minutes each, but they're actually very powerful, these audios. What we do is we do an ancestral clearing for there's financial abundance, there's optimum health, authentic communication. And then, so in that case, it's clearing out. So what you would do is there's a little bit of a intro there is how to use them, but you're going back. So your guides are going back to the moment you decide the intention beforehand, and they will determine like when that started and clear that, and then go through your ancestral lineage and clear that till present day. The last one here, ancestral activation for embodying the new earth emotional field. Then you choose, okay, I want to feel happy, peace, I want to be in the flow, and then just listen to the clearing. You can listen to these and use them as many times as you want and for different intentions. The part 3 is So there's these are bonus audios. There's clearing mother, father issues. There's freedom in mind, body, spirit. There's sleeping meditation. So this is, the clients would ask me for something so help them sleep. So this is to listen to as you're falling asleep. Now, we also get a bonus call. So this is a group Q&A call similar to what we've been doing today, but it goes about it's over 2 hours, up to 2.5 hours, this call. And that's a group Q&A call. I answer questions. It's it's not a video call. And you can be anywhere around the world. That's package A. That's $97. The offer B is, so you get everything we just talked about there, plus a remote freedom clearing, which is similar to what we've been doing here, but it's 25 to 30 minutes. You just send me your picture. So this is done from your picture. And so there's no, we're not connected through technology in any way. You just go about your day as you normally would. You send me your picture and whatever issue you want cleared. And it can be, just, I want to have more money in my life, or it can be a short paragraph. And because this is so powerful, it might only be 25, 30 minutes, and then I send you the recording after, but because energy doesn't lie, and we can just go right into the energy and clear that out. Similar to what you've experienced today, but, during the call, but it's, much, much longer. And then offer C, so is everything in offer A, and this one includes a 45-minute phone session. So in this case, and you can be anywhere in the world, my conference platform, you can be anywhere in the world for the phone session. And so it's about 45 minutes or even a few minutes longer. And the beauty of this one, if you like something interactive, see, as we're talking, sometimes memories will come up or trauma, and we can clear that in the moment. And then you get the recording with that as well. So that one is, 147. So
Okay.
package A is 97, then 127, and then 147.
Awesome. Awesome. So basically, everything in package A is offered, plus the live bonus call, plus in this particular C, it's the private session. So that one-on-one time. And do you suggest that do people have to go through the packages, all the modules before they talk to you, or can they just, talk to you the way that they did today and schedule their private session?
Oh, it's whatever some people want to go through the program first.
Uh-huh.
Some people will generally, like I'm quite busy these days. So once you schedule the phone session anyways, they get the link to schedule it when they purchase it, like offer C, then you have a chance to listen to it all anyways. And but there's no right or wrong way to do it. As far as like when I do the freedom clearing, the package B, you send me your information and then I will schedule it and tell you when it's going to be done. You don't have to do anything. I just let you know I'll be doing it and sending it to you this day.
That's so awesome. And everyone, just listen up. We'll put this in the chat. I'll also have this if you're listening to us on the audio. You can always sign into houthustle.com to get all of the newsletters. So it will be in your newsletter. In the replay email that we'll send out tomorrow, we'll have the special link. If you want the special link, me tell you right now, it's at houthustle.co Joy Baker /Joy Baker. And I'm going to put that into the chat here. And you can also find it in your descriptions. So lots of ways to get it, lots of ways to join her. And she's given us 3 beautiful packages to choose from. We have A, B, and C. And so it just makes it really easy for you to choose it. And I'm going to go ahead and do that and put that in the chat now. And you'll see that in the replay and on YouTube as well. So very exciting. Thank you so much for giving us these really fun special offers and opportunity to work with you. And we had 2 more people raise their hands, and I promised I would get to them. And so let's do that, and we can do some closing thoughts as well. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great.
And if we have time, I can do a brief group process at the end, just kind of bring the energy all together.
I love that so much. Everyone was kind of commenting saying, it feels like a group healing already from some of the stuff that she's offering on the call. And just know that, everyone that gets chosen to ask a question or raises their hand, what I find, Joy, and maybe you can chime in on this, is that it really is for the collective group, for the wider audience, and even those listening on replay. Somehow you were able just to tap into the feelings that most of us really need to hear. I found myself doing that with Lisa's mini clearing here, and the young child, and I felt like, wow, is she talking to me? And Lisa will attest, because we both kind of have she felt close to me when I first shared my story. So I thought that was really profound that you had completely zeroed in on that as well, without her sharing very much. So again, and so Christina put a big heart. Yes, thank you. So let's go ahead and take Valentina. Valentina, your hand was raised. You're up.
Hello, how are you doing today, Joy?
Hi, Valentina. Great. It's great to connect with you.
Um, I'm I think what I'm looking at, I don't know whether it's direction or like like a little mini reading just to see where I'm at and where I'm supposed to go. Because I'm at that point where I think I'm confused and I don't know which way.
I was just going to say that I was getting some confusion. So
Yeah.
do you know what do you have an idea what you want to move forward to in any area of your life, like money or work or career or relationships or health or?
Well, of course, money, that's always a good thing. A little bit of health and, a little, just kind of a little bits of kind of almost everything. It just feels like I'm stalemated. And it has been like that for a long time.
Okay. Well, let's start with money, because it's never about money per se. It's always about something.
No.
So money is a good way. So imagine, as soon as I said money, anger came in. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So there's anger. So there's all the ways you feel scared actually to improve your life in actually any way, because you feel like you're going to be punished. So like this is a childhood wound within you. Okay, so all the ways you feel like if your life improves or enhances in any way, shape, or form, that you will be punished. And that's okay, there, yeah, even just saying that, there's a child within you, the child, okay, just breathe. So just breathe. There's the child within you is really, really scared at the thought if you do anything other than what you're doing now, whether it's health or money or relationships, like if you enhance it or improve it at all or move forward in any way, shape, or form, the child within you gets really, really scared. So you want to do some inner child work. There you go. So really connect to, so going forward on your own time, just find inner child exercises or just talk to that little girl within you. Let her know that she's safe. Okay. So when I said that, she yelled at me, actually, and said, I am not safe. And see, if you're not feeling safe, then you won't feel safe to be creative, to feel inspired, to enhance your life, to experience life in a bigger way. And she is feeling, really okay. So let's go there. That's where we got to start, because the child within you is really feeling just so unsafe. And okay, so yes, we see that so we're talking to your child. So we see that you have all kinds of reasons to not feel safe and to live in fear, but you're an adult now, you're in an adult body. And so you can choose to feel safe and choose to feel good about yourself. You do not have to let your past, whoever raised you, or even in the past life, dictate who you are, how you live your life, and how you feel about yourself. Okay, so she's fighting me a little bit, but she did relax, the child within you, the little girl within you, and there you go. Okay, so now there's helplessness, and let's witness that helplessness, acknowledge the helplessness, let it go as much as it's ready now. Okay, there's a little bit of fun and laughter. It feels almost like a foreign frequency to you, the fun and the laughter, like happiness, lightness. So
Oh, yeah.
Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, support Valentina in feeling happy, that lightness, that freedom of mind, body, spirit, and soul, even if it's just a little bit here and there. Just give yourself permission to feel like actually consciously every now and then say, you know what, I choose to feel good about myself. I choose to feel a sense of freedom and the lightness. And even if it's just for a moment, we're going to ask your mind now to acknowledge any moments like that, even if it's just a few seconds, because the more you acknowledge something and pay attention to it, the more it comes into your life. So really pay attention to if you see a sunset, a sunrise, you hear a bird or whatever it is, and there's a moment of lightness within you, direct your mind to notice that and pay attention to it. And then there you go. I just felt your solar plexus activate. So that even just saying that, you feel stronger within yourself. There, take a deep breath in, let that go. Yeah, a lot of grief coming up. So let's just acknowledge that. Acknowledge the grief and give yourself permission to know that it's okay for you to enjoy life. Know that it's okay for you to have fun in life. Know that it's okay for you to feel free, abundance. It's okay for you to appreciate yourself, to value yourself. It's okay for you to like yourself and to feel good about yourself. See, that's the beauty of like we can always choose some like that's one of the beauties and gifts we have as a human is we have the opportunity to always choose something different and choose something greater, but it's a choice. So give yourself that gift.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
As you were been speaking, um, I've gotten a lot of stuff came up. I felt a lot of stuff came out and um, silently crying is a good way of putting it. And there's a lot of pain through my heart.
Yeah, I can feel that. We feel that and acknowledge that. Just be kind to yourself. Remind yourself over and over again to be kind to yourself because we're not taught that. Nobody, we're not taught to be kind to ourselves or believe in ourselves. So you have to choose it. And your past does not dictate who you are. Your past does not dictate your value. You have value. You have worth. Believe in that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thanks, Joy.
Thank you, Valentina. You look great, by the way. Happy New Year.
Happy
Oh.
New Year.
And then we have Matthew. Matthew, you're up. And one comment I wanted
Happy
to
New
say.
Year to you.
Yes. One comment that I wanted to have from someone else that they said, someone had made a comment saying that they felt like they had been feeling some feelings in their crown chakra as well, in their crown this past week, and wanted to maybe just acknowledge that because there's been a lot of different things going on. I follow the news cycle, but in our world lately, and I think a lot of people been picking up on the angst or just each other's feelings and emotions, and wanted to acknowledge that as well. And as we're acknowledging that, then I will ask Matthew to unpin himself.
I am so inspired by you, Joy,
Thank
and
you.
you,
Hi,
Jeanette,
Matthew.
also for providing the platform for this wonderful, wonderful collective healing experience and all the techniques that you're able to do. I feel like I'm in your kitchen where you're making spiritual Thanksgiving dinner, and and somehow you're able to manipulate, all of your skill sets and so forth. It's very inspiring. My particular issue is fairly specific. Um, in the early 70s, I was studying Vipassana meditation and left my body for about 20 minutes, realized I was a spirit rather than a physical body, and the rest of my life followed along that path in terms of a mystical, shamanic kind of experience. And if you were to ask me talking about where do I want to go from here? What's my future direction? I would like to be an intergalactic diplomat on the Starship Enterprise. That's my aim. I want to go there. So as a result, this particular symptom that has come up tends to stand in the way of realizing that ambition. Because in the 70s, after leaving the body, I think I may have left prematurely, and my system wasn't ready for the intensity of the power that was forcing that kind of thing. The Kundalini exercises, we're not prepared for, maybe. That's a way
Absolutely.
of interpreting it. But the result basically is head pressure to the point of migraines since the early 70s until now, continuously.
Wow.
24 hours a day, of some kind of pressure like that. So naturally, I've been focused on trying to find various types of symptoms that can be remedied by specialized healers like yourself.
Wow. Okay.
So, done a lot of dimensional work, etc., aiming in that particular direction. And as well as having one particular operation where the anesthesia seemed to intensify that particular head pain. All of those combined together seem to add up to something literally out of this world in terms of a symptom, because I've tried everything.
Okay.
But obviously I don't have the clarity of intuition to
Okay.
open the door and receive what needs to happen.
Thank you for that. I have a client who for 20 years before working with me, she dealt with migraines. She told me she doesn't get them anymore. Okay, so migraines are, especially like that experience you had and back in the 70s. I mean, that was 50 years ago. So yeah, you would have gone through a lot of stuff since then, upgrading your physical body. And migraines are a conflict of energy. So like you said, you want to be in the galactic universe and spending time there, but you're still in the physical body. Okay, so when I said that, there was some anger that you're still in the physical body, and that right there creates a pressure. And okay, so all the ways you're in conflict about wanting to spend time in the galactic universe, wanting to make a difference there, yet you're in the physical body, and so then you're resentful of the physical body and your physicality. It's necessary. It's necessary to make a difference on this human earth, and yet your desire, your heart's desire actually is to spend time in the galactic universe. So it creates this conflict. So what happens, all this energy rises up and it centers in your head, and there you go. There's the pressure. Okay. So imagine going to where you feel the pressure in your head. We're just going to go right in there, and it's interesting. What I'm seeing is almost like a steel plate, and it's not a steel plate, of course, but it's like it's not letting you be free. So whatever is not letting you be free. Okay, so this is what I'm hearing. So the part of we were saying the part of you that is not allowing you to be free, and then what we heard is, but he needs his physical body, at least while he's still in this human planet. Yeah, but he wants his spirit and his energetic self to be free. Well, that can happen. So we're having a conversation with this consciousness right now, and it says, well, that can happen, but not until he learns to respect, acknowledge, and honor his body. See, you're believing and seeing your body as something you need, physical in this world, and you realize it, but you're not really honoring the body and what it can do for you. Okay, so when I said that, you got angry and said, okay, so you're really resisting It's not that you don't want to be on the planet, you don't want to be in the earth. And, you know, with a human population, it's just that you're resenting having a body. And because you want to be in that galactic universe, and that creates a pressure in your head. Okay, so imagine, Joe, for a moment, that that pressure in your head was released. Just imagine it was released. It's just let's go. Just let's go. Okay, so then you actually get really, really scared, like really scared, and some anxiety, but mostly a big fear. What you're afraid of is once that pressure is gone, then you will just poof, you'll be gone. Almost like that 20 minutes you experienced, like you felt like you had no body. But you're afraid that now when it happens, your body will be gone. So then you go into fear around your health and you start worrying about your health. And then there you go, your whole self relaxed. There, your heart just opened up. And all the ways you're afraid that if you really acknowledge your body, respect and honor your body, then you will come back into your body and you will worry about your health. And yet your desire and your spirit's desire is to be in the galactic universe, and you're just stuck in that place. And so what you want to do going forward, just imagine every now and then, just for a few moments, because too much and you'll be overwhelmed with fear. Just every now and then imagine that your head, that the space in your head and your crown chakra is completely clear. And you are in a physical body, but you're free at the same time. And okay, all the ways you don't see or understand how you can be in a physical body and feel free. All the ways you see the physical body as a limitation to your heart's desires. There you go. There's some relaxation and ease there. I felt the pressure in your head start to release. Just take a deep breath in. Let that go. Okay, there's a little bit of fun and laughter. So going forward, Joe, see, understand, like let yourself imagine and feel and experience the power and beauty of having a body and feeling free and connected to all. So so you're looking for a balance there. And as the more you do that, you release that pressure in your head there. There you go. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for now. Thank you. How are you feeling, Joe?
As Matthew in this case.
Well, was I calling you? Oh, I was. Okay. I was
That's
gonna
right.
think Joe's name. Sorry about that, Matthew.
I like nicknames. Nicknames are fun.
Maybe you were Joe in another life.
Well, maybe calling me Joe is a special technique that only you have. I don't know.
Ah.
You know, seen from a different point of view. But I feel more porous. I do. One interesting note that kind of goes along with your viewpoint. If I take my finger and put it right here where you normally see the third eye, underneath there, the pain is gone. Pain is back.
Interesting.
Pain is gone. So there's some kind of energetic loop that is situated with that. And I like the advice that you gave me in terms of being in the body and still feeling free and not seeing as there being a conflict between being in and being out. I think that's a worthy approach, that finding that balance point. Yeah.
Okay. What I get when you say like you put your finger there and there's no pain, that's a decalcification of the pituitary glands. So you're sending light, light emits from the end of your finger. So you're sending light to your pituitary gland and releasing the calcification. And so for a moment, it can feel that lightness and the freedom in that pituitary gland. And then, so maybe do some work around releasing any, calcification around the pituitary gland and just seeing that becoming free.
Okay. All right.
And again, sorry for calling you the wrong name, but
That's all right.
I think
No,
sometimes I pick up on names in a past life or somebody you've been related to or connected to, and I pick up on that energy as well.
Also, what I found really interesting is right as soon as Matthew was talking, Joe actually wrote in on the comments and said, I have dealt with migraines too. So
Okay.
collectively, I think you were and you had just talked with Joe as well. So I think maybe that
Yeah.
was going on. And I had wrote, and I was like sending love because I'm sure many can relate to having migraines. So I believe Matthew was really being the surrogate for us all, honestly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you, Matthew.
wow.
Thank
Well,
you.
I'm happy to be the vessel for
Yes.
other people's symptoms, I guess.
And for healing them. And that's
Yeah.
it, right? For healing them. You're very noble in that way. Thank you. Um,
Very
and
special. Thank you very much.
yes. And so, Joy, with that, thank you so much for all of the stuff that you brought to us. You had mentioned that you would do a group activation, group clearing, and we can start that now if you like.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's in the moment and channeled. So just take a deep breath in. Let that go. Okay, there's a little bit of anxiety coming up. So we just witness that anxiety. So for everybody live or on the replay listening to this, releasing anxiety. And there you go. There's some lightness and there's the solar plexus. So activating. So the anxiety was conflict around, the chaos that's happening in the world, conflict around, anything that's happening in your life. And so we acknowledge the anxiety that conflict was causing and release that. There you go. There's some happiness. Okay, a little bit of protection energy coming in, feeling like you need to protect yourself from the world and protect yourself from others and to keep yourself safe. So let's simply acknowledge that. We're going to call on Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to support you with divine strength, divine courage, divine power, and to ground into that. And of course, healing in mind, body, spirit, soul. There you go. And as you align with that and ground into that, you release the need for protection in order to feel safe. There you go. There's some happiness. There's some gratitude and fun and laughter. And the child, let's bring the child in because the child, this is awesome because the child is really showing up a lot in this, in this time. There you go. So let's balance all parts of you, the adult part of you, the grown-up part, and the child, and all ages, calling in all lost soul fragments to be here now so that you are whole and complete and grounded into feeling whole, complete, empowered, confident, centered, balanced, aligned with your greater self, aligned with higher consciousness, aligned and at peace and balance with living and embodying your highest and greatest self now and going forward. And so it is done. Thank you. Namaste. Soshokabasa wala sashoko kobasa awala sa soshokabasa wala ka tukabase babaka awala sa soshokabasa wala ka wala sashoko tukabase babaka. Take a deep breath in. Let that go. Okay, there you go.
Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. I can't even hear my dog go, huh. And I laugh.
Yeah, my dog just sleeps through this too.
Thank you so very, very much. Any parting words for us today? It was so lovely.
Yeah, to be kind to yourself, to be compassionate and understanding to yourself and to realize you're on a journey. Nobody gets it right all the time. There's ups and downs. We're cycling through the emotions and it's all temporary. Even if you're feeling stuck right now, that's temporary as well. You are moving forward, you're taking action, but most of all, you have value, you do matter, you are important, you are worthy, you are enough just as you are, and to be kind to yourself and kind to the child within you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you all for who asked a question. Some of the comments was like, oh, thank you, Joy. Thank you. So lovely. Thank you, Joy. This was beautiful. Thank you, Leonka and Joy. What an amazing call. Love you all and love this group. Everyone, thank you. And we
Thank
just
you.
had a great time today. Couple of announcements. We will be back on with our live show every Tuesday and Thursday. Hopefully, Jenith will be back and we'll be back in the studio. On Tuesday, we have Amy Shorsangi, and she basically talks a lot about the different Akashic records. And she talks about, I mean, she's gotten really far in there. And if you've ever met with Teresa, she actually operated as Teresa's mentor before, the one that does the dragon healings. So she really has a way of bringing just lots of energies out in people and expression in people. And then on Thursday, we'll be back with another live call. You can always get all of our free gifts, anything that we've got going on. You'll get all of the new passages for 2025 by signing up at houthustle.com. And as well, we'll have Joy Baker's special offer there too. So you'll be able to see all of those exciting ways to play. And if you have any questions at all, you can always just message me at team@houthustle.com. Everyone, don't forget to subscribe and to join our community. It's a way in which we tell the algorithm that we're not playing that old school game and that we are going to continue getting our message out there and changing the lives of everyone. So please like and subscribe so that the way we can be the message that goes forth and not fear, and we lead from love. Love you all. Have a great afternoon. Happy New Year. Have a
Hey,
great one,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank you.